Yo, I'm Vin Diesel. For more than 100 years, there's one place where we all came together to be entertained. The movies.
Fast X is finally here, and I just gotta ask, what the hell do you expect at this point? Going into this movie, I was very skeptical. Sure, I've really enjoyed every movie in the franchise since Fast 5, including the last one, but I'll even admit that F9, the Fast Saga, please, find me a dumber movie title. Did take itself a little too seriously at points, and it did get really self-aware with how, the characters never get injured in these really insane scenarios. I also didn't fully get why they decided to make the villain in this movie someone who was in the background of one of the previous movies. But it's still a Fast and Furious movie, and I always enjoy these, no matter how dumb they are. And yeah, it did not take very long for me to really enjoy the heck out of this.
There's nothing like it. The popcorn, the previews, the pretzels, and don't forget, the movies.
These movies just love to say fuck physics, and that's all I want to see from them. You know, since they went to space in the last one, they just had to amp up the stupidity, and they do, especially when the first big action scene involves a giant bomb rolling through Rome. Every action scene was just so damn entertaining, fast-paced, and they really did make the movie fly by really quickly. It's just a popcorn movie, and that's all anyone is expecting it to be. I said I was iffy with Jason Momoa's character going in, but I immediately took that back. Throughout the entire movie, he was just having a freaking ball playing this character and steals every scene that he was in. He might be doing something really twisted, but he's doing it all with the biggest insane smile on his face. He's about to blow up Rome with a giant bomb I just mentioned, and he looks at his henchmen and just like, ooh, should we blow up the Vatican? You guys said yes? Oh, you're going to hell. That's his character through this entire movie. And yes, he does at one point scream out a good old, Jehu! There might be a few points where he gets a little too goofy, but it very much works with a movie like this.
The sticky floors, the $8 bottle of water, the nachos, the hand dryer in the bathroom that's louder than a choo-choo train, the second concession stand that's never been open, the little boy at the urinal with his pants all the way down, the bird that's trapped inside the lobby. It's truly incredible.
It's also a really well shot movie with some excellent cinematography, and it's also the second movie I've seen in the last week that has a segment in Rome. And God, you know how funny it would have been if when they were driving through Rome, they just passed the 4 actresses from Book Club 2? This movie really does feel like the Fast and Furious equivalent of Avengers Infinity War, which is both an upside and a downside, because the stakes are much higher, but there's also so many characters that some of them just get forgotten about and sidelined. Letty is separated from the group early on and does almost nothing else in the movie. You could have cut her parts out and missed nothing. You gotta love how they brought Hans back, and now, he's just kinda there. He's almost the Will Byers of the group in a way. Like, it was such a big deal that we're getting this character back previously, but now it's just kinda like, pfft. But hey, you got us Jason Statham, so, good for you. John Cena was also a really big deal in the last one, but he's also just kind of here. But him being here does lead to a scene with little Brian shooting guys with a cannon car. And yes, the image you have in your head of that is just as funny as it is in the movie.
A little trivia game on screen before the movie. You have to be pretty dumb to get the answer wrong. And I always do. Are the movies back? You tell me.
And if you didn't know, this is part 1 of a 2-parter, and I'm not going to say how the movie ends, but it does kind of just stop. And where it does stop was just kind of a terrible point to end it. Like, they could have kept it going for a few minutes longer, but they just decided to wrap it up out of nowhere. It almost pulls a Sopranos finale on us where it just cuts to black. But I still had a lot of fun with this movie. It's really entertaining from beginning to end like all the others, and if you just turn your brain off, you're going to have fun with it. But if you didn't enjoy the previous entry, I don't know what you're going to think of this one. I'm very curious to see what the response on this movie is, though. Or heck, maybe you'll be like the guy at my screening who lost his shit at the end. I gotta explain this. So at the very end of the movie, this guy loses his fucking mind, and nobody else does. Everyone else is just dead silent. This guy just looks back like, I'm sorry, everybody. Then immediately when the movie wraps up, after a post-credit scene, this guy loses his shit again. By the way, he got up and is like standing over here in the corner at the bottom row, and then he immediately walks out the exit door like he just made a grand exit. Like, I'm out here, bitches! And the funniest thing about that to me is I've never seen anyone go out those exit doors. Ever. I'm gonna give Fast X a B, but a really good B.
It's amazing.
But I know recently I've been behind on seeing a few movies, but I finally got a chance to see Love Again. Yes, I will be talking about that movie. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and next week I'll be back with Oh, fuck! I mean, I hear Halle Bailey's really good in it. Halle Bailey? You know who I'm talking about. That's not flounder. That's a random fish.